I've been obsessed lately with minimalism videos and audiobooks, and maybe you are too. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to make a video about me organizing a really ugly part of my room. Basically, it's this commercial rack that I had put in to store a lot of stuff because I live in a one-bedroom apartment. And so here we are. I know that every minimalism video needs some aesthetic shot. So there's your aesthetic shot for this video. I promise it'll get more aesthetic as I get rid of stuff. But as you can see, there's two tubs on the top. This was from a business that I was doing for a while. I was shooting mock-ups and I needed a lot of clothes and props and stuff. And so that's kind of what takes up a lot of, and actually that's why I got the rack to begin with. But I found actually before making this video, I actually have gotten rid of a lot of stuff already. And here I am trying to pack this in. I really cleaned it up later, but I just wanted to show a video of, and maybe it's relaxing to some people. It's relaxing to me to see some of these minimalism videos. And yeah, as you can see, there's books, and that's even pared down from what I had. That's all the books I have now. These right here are bags that previously held, oh, and there's a little part of the camera that I found. Now, I take these books out. There is another shelving unit to the right, so I make sure to use those shelves as they're really not being used. And really, the whole point of this video is to just get everything off of there and to break that thing down. I find that when I make myself break something down, even though there's stuff on it, and I just take it off, then that kind of forces me into making it a more minimal space, because now I don't have kind of the crutch that I had before. And so yeah, I take these books off and put them to the right on that shelf. Now these are kind of previous closet hanging things where you can put shoes or sweaters and stuff if you put it inside a closet. My closet doesn't have that much space anymore, so I'm going to donate these locally, and yeah, I don't see a need to keep them because I just don't have space in my closet. I'm using half my closet for voiceover stuff, and then the other half for clothes. And so I've cleared about one shelf right now. And this next shelf up, I have these are my guitar humidifying packs for my acoustic guitar. I just find the other box. This box has all my other music stuff in it, like cords and cables and strings, and that's that's pretty much all the music accessories that I have. I used to have a lot more musical instruments, but I've pared down to 3, and that's saying something. But again, I'm just kind of using the storage to the right that's already there. And I decide here to open up the window and let in even more light that will blow out this camera. So now the next thing I go on to is the cardboard boxes. I keep the ones for recent purchases. If there's a return policy, I try and keep it at least through that return policy, and then after that, there's no need to keep them, so I just toss them after that. but it's kind of hard to find a place to make them, to keep them. And I used to keep them a lot longer. If I was gonna sell something, for instance, actually I just got rid of, I have an iMac and I had this giant box that took up so much room, and I was listening to the life-changing magic of tidying up, and that book really spoke to me. And she was like, you don't need to hold on to boxes to sell things later. Like, you just don't need to do that, because one, what if you don't sell it? What if you keep it for 10 years? Then you're gonna have an empty box for 10 years. And two, when you go to sell it, you can still sell it without the box. You don't need the box. And there's a lot of people that say that it's worth a lot more with a box, but there's people that even sell boxes, so you might be able to buy it back for a pretty cheap price if you really think that it'll up the value. And my main concern was kind of moving too, like if I moved apartments. But another thing she said was that, when you need it, you'll find the appropriate box and the appropriate means to move with it. So here, there's a lot of random stuff. One's for like a kind of a picnic blanket that folds up. These are like photo backdrops, and that's obviously a massager. So I need to decide what to do with that. I need to either use it more or sell it or get rid of it. These are all the boxes that I've cleared, actually. I have cleared a lot of boxes, and I'm just kind of using stuff, some for temporary to kind of consolidate more later. But yeah. So these are some of the hats I was saying earlier about the mock-up photography business that I was doing, which was a flat lay, photography of like blank shirts, and then designers can put their designs on each, real life mock-up to make it more sellable and attractive to customers. So I had a lot of hats that I was using, and I still haven't really fully decided about if I'm gonna keep even doing that business or switch to something else, which I already have something else that I'm doing, but I haven't made a final decision if I'd ever go back to it. So I'm gonna give myself a time limit on that though, maybe like 6 months or so. And that box right there is just old computers, which just take a lot longer to feel good about throwing away for me. I need to figure out how to back them up so that I have all the information from them, but can just get rid of the physical, items themselves. And that box that I put on the bed now is, that's a lot of camping stuff. And I kind of went camping a lot in the last year or two, but I don't really plan on doing it anymore. I had a membership to like this campground thing, but I don't have that anymore, and I'm kind of focusing on just staying in one place for a while, and it's good, but a lot of camping stuff is very bulky, and I'm really in a mood to pare down. So those are the top boxes, and that's what held a lot of the props. Like for Halloween, I think you'll see a spider in there, a big spider, or for Christmas, all kinds of props for different seasons to stylize the mock-ups with. All right, there we go. Now I'm in the mallet phase where everything's off, so it looks, it's like We're almost done, and it's exciting to get to that point where it's like, wow, I'm taking this down now. And you know, it's I bought this even maybe less than a year ago, and it's kind of amazing to see how your priorities can change even in a year, to wanting to get all this stuff or thinking you need it. And then, you know, it's okay though that it changes and that your priorities change, and that I am someone who does worry about like the financial aspect of it. Like, oh, I bought it and, you know, I spent all this money, and sometimes I just think things will sell more than they will, or that people would want them. But what I've done with that is basically just give myself, I put a Post-it note on each item, and I usually give each item like a month. So I'll write the date for a month from the day that I'm, you know, putting the Post-it on. And that's kind of a commitment. Like, you know, okay, you can try and sell it, but you have a time limit, you know, and if you can't sell it, then you need to donate it. Or if it's appropriate, to throw it away. You know, these shelves are harder to get off than I thought. You have to get them all perfectly at the same time, and it can be a little difficult. But if you're liking this video, you know, I'd ask the typical YouTuber things to subscribe and like, with the bell notifications, really, and comment below. I'd really love to know what you think about this type of video. And obviously it's kind of different from other minimalism videos where it's all very aesthetic and cinematic, you know. And I want to do those kind of videos too, but you know, I think it might take a little bit for my apartment to get there. So, you know, there's other parts of my apartment that I need to work on, and I could show you each area if you'd like. You know, they're not the prettiest videos, but it's kind of, I've seen some where it's people, you know, discarding items or cleaning up, and I like those videos just as much as the really kind of slick ones. So let me know in the comments what you think of it, and what you'd want to see next. Yeah, so basically I do the rest of this. Get the last shelf out. Finally take those pulls out, and it's really coming together, or coming untogether. And there you go. I have some games on the floor. And the long thing is like a camera slider that I haven't used yet. I really need to get out of the habit of buying things that, you know, I want to use or think I'll use even right away, but I just don't, or don't have an immediate need for them. That's part of the minimalism that I want to live by going forward. There's some winter socks on the floor. There it is, the empty space. And you know, it feels better, even just being in the room, just from that change. And of course, there are places for each of these things to go, or even to be discarded. But so there you have it. That's my Minimize With Me video. Thank you so much if you've watched this far. I really appreciate it. Again, comment below. I'd really like to hear your thoughts. And please subscribe and like. So thanks so much.